and
Shame.
Kaya Teros. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like Teros,
look away, look away.
No, don't go anywhere, actually. I promise no more Teros after this. Stay here, I promise. It'll all be different soon. No, we do got 3 Teroses on the screen, though, and we got 2 hammers already for the red team as they look to rack on some extra credit damage here as they have the the weapon lead there. But the blue team both pick up a weapon, and it goes back to chaos right now. Everyone is just hitting the attack button as much as they can. Power getting a nair there, and the blue team looking to find the first semblance of control. As I see that, the down stick comes out, and I hope to not see another fiesta set out of these 2 teams. I want to see some control here from this double Teros team specifically.
Well, so far, 0 control, but a stock has been confirmed. Thaiph being sent out of here, and now they're going to work at Kaito. That's going to confirm on that. Great early lead for blue team. 116 damage against Power, 68 against Kant. A little more being racked up now. Those Kant takes that upper position against Kaito right now. Takes him back down, sets him down to Power.
The
that was a great pass and catch.
He almost got it all there with the nair into the GC downlight, but that would have been crazy if you're able to find that KO off the top. And the blue team running away with this game in a pretty dominant fashion.
Yes.
D-Light into Cider. Nice interruption there, though. Finds the KO onto Power, but doesn't find it onto Kant. We see a GC side to get punished with a Cider into the stage, and the red team equalized the stocks, but the damage has quite a lot to be desired.
Yeah, for sure, especially if you're Kaito. He is so close to being sent down that back last stock. You see him kind of hang out over on the side, trying to stay out of harm's way, but that's leaving his partner open for a 2v1 situation, and that is going to send him out. Kaito is on his final stock. Now see what blue team can do in this 2v1 against Thaiph. No, Kaito comes back in and takes a little of that damage from him.
D-Light into Nair, D-Light into down air. That's going to be a way to confirm a stock. No, not quite. Thaiph holding on to that. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly the Teros effect. And seeing 2 Teroses on the screen will basically magnify it ×2, of course. You know, holding on to these stocks as much as possible, but still keeping it close. The down air is able to find the KO onto Thaiph as he burns the dodge there with that GC, and N-Light sends off stage, avoiding that GC N-Sig. Very big tricks coming out from Kaito, but Power sees right through it.
That was
Pogo.
So well played. Kaito's going to get back up on stage. Power went down for another Pogo. Recovery's going to whiff. Kaito going to chase him down. Power's going to turn around and still gets a knockout on him. Very well done. Great stage awareness from Power.
This is probably the biggest lead we've seen in this set, at least as commentary block so far. D-Light into Cider, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Not a 4 stock, but the ground pound is able to beat the dodge as well. And we forfeit a stock versus Teros. And should I start Casa cursing it? Yeah, the blue team definitely got this one. They can't lose this, right? Surely they don't throw from this position versus Teros. It's impossible, right?
Okay, they're trying to set up, though. They need to catch this team combo and not let Thaiph be able to pick them apart and separate them. Okay, Kant working the side. Power going to catch him with the down sig, and that's going to be enough. That's all she wrote. All right, blue team taking a game number 1 in a pretty dominating fashion compared to what we've seen so far. And here we go. Another Teros, 234 damage.
Yeah, that's not nearly enough damage in order to keep up, especially versus this very, very high-octane team that the blue team is presenting. Once again, the Kaya Teros. And we see a swap there from Kaito over from the Teros into the Bodvar, looking to pick up a sword and try to get a little bit of faster, more nimble hitboxes out in the process.
For sure, for sure.
Hopefully seeing the Bodvar find some success here into this game number 2. But the blue team, with what was essentially a 4-stock victory, makes it quite difficult. You know, definitely a lot of question marks around this Bodvar pick. I feel like we're going to see if we can find some action.
I like the Bodvar. I like the Bodvar. I feel like he's one of those underrepresented legends. I mean, hammer is hammer. Sword got a little bit of a buff to bring it back a little bit closer to where it used to be. And we're going to see if he is going to be able to exploit this a little bit as he whiffs on the gravity cancel neutral light. Kaito going to hit the recovery, send Kant all the way up. Power being sent over to the right side. Okay, Power, no weapon to be seen, but he's going to be way high into the air. Thaiph, though, is going to go ahead and swap over to Kant, get him out of here. Now they're able to focus on Power, and he's gone too.
That was a crazy way to get the double KO, and slow motion, it wouldn't be a PJ slow-mo balk if not all best of 5 game 5s, and I feel like we're going to be seeing it here because this is the red team slowly building up a big lead here, and you know what a Teros Bodvar team can do with a slight stock advantage. D-Light into Cider, though, equalizes quite quickly, and another D-Light Cider. Power getting a little bit of a KO steal there. Happy to take that one for sure, confirm the stock for sure. And the blue team get right back in this game, but with Power approaching the red, it makes it quite difficult here. You have to play quite precise.
Yes, they were very efficient in bringing it back, though. I mean, red team got out there in front, and Kant to Power doing a great job, brought things back to even, and now we're gonna battle for the stage control and battle for this positioning over here on the right side. Power coming in with the sidelight. He gets completely tossed over to the right side though, but he caught the Sarah on Thaiph. Can he follow it up? No. Thaiph is able to escape, get back up on stage, but can't. Pushes him back over to the right side.
Kaito and Thaiph holding onto the right wall for any sort of breathing room versus this blue team. They finally do get a big punish and a D-Light into side air. Will flip the situation. Power going for the 2v1 combo there, or the 1v2 combo, I should say, as the sidelight comes in, but we see an immediate reversal from the Bodvar with the hammer side air, and Kant is fighting for his life on this wall right now, not wanting to lose the stock without his teammate by his side. The Nair comes out onto Kaito with a big down sig. Will equalize the stock slightly here, but Kaito having his second stock, still playing so elusively, wanting to bait the red team to go off stage versus him. The blue team, I should say, sorry. Nair into recovery. Thaiph in a bad spot, though, has yet to pick a weapon, taking so much of that extra credit damage. The blue team's not even worrying about Kaito. They know they can hone in on Thaiph and get the damage.
Yeah, just the one Sayer is going to go ahead and just shoot him out of the way, send him on the last stock, and now he is back in. Everybody on their final stocks. Thaiph, though, with 109 damage already racked against him. He's going low.
Where are we going?
Now, oh, wait, he got the Nair out. He almost saved him. No, PJ literally putting his head on the desk right now in disappointment. 2v1 situation against Kaito right now. Power and Kant, can they lock it in and get the 2-0 advantage against Kaito and Thaiph?
I mean, it's too high stakes of a match to go for the side air there. The read that wasn't deserved, and it ends up you getting reversaled and KO'd for it. The red team with great chances in this game, but it all slips away off of a very mistimed fast fall side air. Yeah. Kaito now recovering high there, and an N-Light into D-Light into side air into side sig to KO off the top, and the blue team, after getting KO'd very, very early in that game, seize control once again and go 2-0 in the set.
That was rough. That was hard to watch. They had a great lead. They had built up so much momentum at the beginning of that game, and then blue team just said, nah, we're done. And they literally just shut it down and took all the energy, all the momentum, everything back in their direction. And here we go, immediately swapping back over to Terrace.
Yeah.
It was, the Bodvar worked fantastically. You basically won the game. You just fumbled at the end. But we're gonna lock back in on the bull and see if maybe this is the answer in game number 3.
Kant starting off there with some nice little unarmed damage. I always like to highlight the first bit of damage in the match. Can definitely set the pace, and the blue team knowing that if it continues to be the way it was, they're going to win this set 3-0 and move forward quite quickly. Yeah. Double sidelight there on the side of Thaiph. Thaiph now in the defensive game slightly faltering as he's getting too aggressive and end-sig on his own teammate, though. That was very aggressive.
It was very aggressive. Caught his teammate with the neutral sig, but now he's going to go over. He's going to save Power this time, though. But Kaito taking Kant up in the air. Finally, a Nair in Kant's favor is going to put things back in his way. But Power and Kant both being sent to the right side. The washing machine comes out, but Thaiph with a big punish on it. Power running away, trying to find a place to put his feet.
Hey, the Nair's not able to KO off the top. That side air is going to send far and enough to KO even coast to coast. The down sig gets punished with a D-sig. D-Light into the side sig off the side air. And the blue team now in a similar spot to where they were in game number 2, but in quick equalization. Exactly the same thing from the last game. The down air comes out, and it's unofficial double KO on the side of Power there. He looks for the Nair and that extra credit onto Thaiph. Thaiph and Kaito both having to pick up a weapon here. The blue team, D-Light into the side air, into the Nair. That's some big damage, but a down air hits very low. Power in a bad spot, but he fights right back on the stage. On the stage, however, Kaito's winning that 1v1 on Kant, as Kant needs to pick up a weapon.
This is so close. We were literally at the end of the first stock. Everybody was 0 damage. Second stock, and completely as close as you can possibly get. The Sarah on Thaiph. Ooh, Power tried to send him right back to his teammate, but couldn't quite get that spear on him. Sidelight, Dare, with big pogo. Thaiph find his way back up. Found his way up to catch a recovery underneath. Stop Sarah. Oh, he was out of frame. He couldn't get him in his hitbox. Big recovery from Power, though. Kant and Power, 2v1 situation against Kaito. Can they convert it? Can they make anything happen? Kaito running away. Teammate back on. No damage was put against him in that 2v1.
Kaito fighting for his life there on the hammer, even in the 2v1, continuing to be a threat. D-Light into side air, another side air as well. Thaiph is just kind of watching as teammate goes crazy. He goes, hey, brother, you can go off. You can go crazy as much as you want, because if you're going to play like that, that's exactly what we need to potentially get this reverse trio going. They're up 3 stocks to 1 now off the back of Kaito completely running away with this game, and he's continuing to do so there. A nice 3-piece there, but a double side air there sends Power into an edge guard opportunity. Another ground pound there. That finds the KO, and that's now a 2v1.
That's bad. I was getting ready to say Thaiph needs to hold on to that stock with everything thing that he holds dear in this world, and unfortunately he lost it. Kaito on his tournament stock right now, BJ. I really thought we might be able to see a little bit of a rally here, maybe see Red Team take a game, but it looks like all but lights out for Kaito, and Thaiph right now is Kant and Power trying to lock in and finish it out.
Absolutely. It's not going to be so easy to do this.
No.
We saw Kaina do the exact same thing as a red team member versus the blue team to make a reverse 3-0 happen, but this team combo should all but be over. The recovery is not enough to KO, but what we thought was going to be a best of 5, game 5, instead should be a swift 3-0 for the blue team as there's no weapon. Exclamation points come out. Kaito holding on, the respect to keep playing through, but the blue team in power and can't seal out our block with a 3-0 there, but they move forward with both breaching that 500 damage threshold. They look very, very confident on the Kayateros pick, and they are your highest placing Kayateros team moving into the bracket here.
Wow. Okay, I really thought we were going to see some momentum go back the other way. I was really hoping for it, but we're going to take a look at these replays and see how Kant and Power were able